black American princess. I'm probably posted in the crib like incense. Lit bitch, I could get you touched in an instance. If you ain't black, stay the fuck out the business. Bow. All the non-blacks to the back. All the non-blacks.
Good morning, girl. Welcome to a new episode of the Diligent Mom Diaries. If you're new here, my name is Michelle. I usually post cooking shorts, but I'm dabbling into vlogging because I find that when I post my shorts, I got a little bit more to say. All right, girl, today is Tuesday. Yesterday, I was down so bad. I ate after one of my kids, and I know better. I know I shouldn't do that because these kids, they be sick on the inside, but look fine on the outside. Child ate behind Noah and was feeling terrible for 2 days straight. Today, I'm kind of on the fence, but I am feeling a little bit more like myself, so I have to get busy like myself. Since I think the entire house is sick or going to be sick, I'm going to make chicken noodle soup. My recipe kind of went crazy for my channel. If you haven't seen it, you can check out the short, but I'm going to do an in-depth recipe here in a little bit. We're going to go to the store and get the groceries for that. Last night, for some random reason, Noah requested hot dogs, so we're probably going to do that for dinner. I'm going to make the chicken noodle soup for lunch, and then for anybody who wants it or needs it when they get home, and then we'll do hot dogs tonight for dinner. Today on my list, I have some of the usual things, but y'all, this is why I write a list, because if you ask me what I had to do today, I would never know. At the beginning of the week, I make a list and I divide it out by days so I'm not overwhelming myself. So today, I'm basically going to be spending a lot of the morning on the phone. I need to make eye appointments for me and Gabriel. I'm supposed to get a filling on Thursday, but I'm going to get the cleaning, skip the filling for now, and then I need to go wagon shopping. Girl, Halloween is on Friday, and my husband has duty, so he won't be trick-or-treating with us. It's raining this week, but I think the rain is going to stop on Friday. If it doesn't, we won't even be going trick-or-treating. But I'm going wagon shopping because I can't hold Noah when she gets tired. Like, if she gets tired, then trick-or-treating's over and it's time to go home. And she's probably gonna get tired, I'm gonna say about an hour and a half into it. Like, the novelty's gonna wear off and she's gonna be ready for me to basically trick-or-treat for her. And baby, I can't do it. I can't do it. Last year, we found this neighborhood, and y'all, the neighborhood is so vast. It is so, like, unassumingly large. So by the time she had got her candy, her bucket was like spilling over. The handle had broken off. That's how heavy it was. Jake was carrying her on her Jake was carrying Noah on his shoulders, and I was carrying the bucket like this all the way back to the car. Like, I can't do that by myself, not this year. So we're getting a wagon for your girl. If push comes to shove, baby, I could just use the wagon for Halloween and then take it right on back to the store. But I don't think I'm gonna do that because the wagon that I have been looking at is at Walmart, and it goes up to 120 pounds. And we do things like the amusement park, the zoo, we go for walks. So it would just be a nice thing to have for the next couple of years. Now, my girl is 5. She's kind of a petite girl, but it would just, I think it would just look crazy for her to be like 9, 10 years old sitting in a wagon. Like, baby, at this point, we gotta hang it up. But I think we'll be able to put it to good use for the next few years. So I also have to make, did I mention the Amazon return? Child, I don't know. But I also have to make a Shein return. Shein, count your days. First of all, your clothes are not good. If they are good when you try them on, wash them 2 or 3 times. They're gonna start peeling, the thread's gonna start coming out. Secondly, when you do a return, they ask you to take 3 pictures. 3 pictures for who? 3 pictures for what? Am I not returning said item that I have an issue with? Are you not gonna be able to say what's wrong with it when you get it? What do you need 3 pictures from me for? Child, when I tell you just to piss some people off, I take 3 random pictures. A picture of my hand, a picture of the carpet, a picture of an outlet. Like, what do you need 3 pictures for? For who? To do what? But anyway, girl, I already submitted my application for that, so I need to do that return. But I am gonna take a minute to sit down and enjoy my coffee, and I'll see y'all soon. All right, girl, I'm off the phone. It took me like 40 minutes to make all those appointments. However, the appointment making ain't the problem. It's keeping up with the appointments and the logistics that it's gonna take to get them kids there on time. Noah don't even have no appointments coming up, but I think she is gonna have to come out of school because of the timing of one of Gabriel's appointments, unless she can get off work early. But we'll talk about that when he get home today. But anyway, since I'm finally out the house, I'm getting ready to go around the corner to the library to print my shipping label. I'm just old enough to be grown, but not grown enough to have no printer, apparently. The amount of printers that we have been through is insane. We had a printer when we lived on the West Coast. We had a printer when we lived in Europe, but since the European outlet is different, child, I done sold and gave away that printer almost a year ago. And at this point, two things I'm sick of going through is electronics and furniture. Like, I'm just tired of it. I'm so sick of it. That's why I'm tired of moving. Like, man, if you don't hurry up and retire so we can sit down somewhere, for real. Because, baby, I have furnished, I don't know, 8 houses at this point. We have lived in a different country. Like, listen, been there, and I'm done with it. I'm done. I just want to sit down somewhere and own something. But it's hard, damn near impossible with this kind of lifestyle. If you go somewhere and buy your house, baby, you ain't gonna own it long. Uncle Sam gonna make sure of that. Cause you either gonna have to rent that thing out or sell it, cause you're moving somewhere else. Anyway, girl, quick little hop, skip, and jump to the library. I'm gonna run in here, print this label, and then we're gonna get on with the rest of these errands.
She fucking with Buddy them, they ain't even having no lie. She don't know what she doing, this bitch just giving it out. What the hell? Girls that wham in a circle, even if little make it jump like a hurdle. Girls that wham in a circle, even if little make it jump like a hurdle. Girls that wham in a circle, even if little make it jump like a hurdle. It is. That motherfucker small, still throw that shit. Take me through that, take me through that. Take me through that, take me through that.
All right, girl, I'm finally done with all those errands. It is 11:57 and we about to get into this chicken noodle soup recipe. My goal is to finish the soup entirely and then just have it sitting on the stove ready for the kids. I am a no, you cannot have a snack after school mom. If my kids eat a goldfish, if my kids smell a Cheez-It, they will be full. They're not gonna eat their food. So I like to have something going on the stove for them when they come home so we can just get right into dinner. You can eat dinner at 3:30 if you want to. I do not care. And then you can snack after, but at least you got something, you know, good, healthy, and hearty on your stomach. So let's get into the chicken noodle soup recipe. I have 1.5 pounds of chicken breasts here. They are clean, they are washed, the fat is mostly trimmed, and I'm gonna get to season them. To season my chicken first, I like to coat it in some olive oil just to make sure the seasoning sticks and it sticks nice and evenly. So we're gonna give that a little toss. And yes, boo, I do go through a ton of plastic gloves because I'm about to take this one off and put it right in the trash. All right, next we're gonna get into the seasoning. I like a little bit of black pepper, some paprika, garlic powder, onion powder, complete, and some oregano. All right, we're gonna give that a stir. Make sure our chicken breasts are nicely coated. Next, I'm gonna put a little bit of olive oil in my pan, and then I'm gonna add my chicken breast just until it gets a nice little crust on the outside of the skin. While the chicken is searing, I'm gonna chop up 4 carrots, 4 celery stalks, a whole onion, and then crush 3 to 5 cloves of garlic. Girl, I love garlic. Any recipe that say garlic, I like triple it. I mean, at a minimum, triple it. I love garlic. So I'm gonna chop these and then we'll come back for the soup. I know I said I was gonna come back after I was done chopping, but girl, I had to show y'all this cutting board. I pulled it out from under my sink. My one that I normally chop on, I have just overused too much and it is now growing mold under the wood. So I need to throw that away and buy a new one. But this one in the meantime will do. I'm gonna tell you why I purchased this and why I love it so much. And it's this little compartment right here, girl, look. Right on in there. It also comes with several options for grating and cutting. They fit right here in this little spot and you just grate your cheese or whatever. Also, these are removable and they have a little like stretchy storage lid. So you just pop this right over the top and then put it in your fridge. I will link this in my Amazon storefront. The link is always in my channel description. All right, girl, the chicken just got done searing. I'm going to put it in this dish, cover it with foil, and then cook it at 350 for about 30 minutes or until it's fork tender. Add your diced vegetables to the same pan. I love a same pan recipe that's less dishes for me. You're going to take some rosemary and thyme and season your vegetables. Next, you're gonna add 1 can cream of chicken and 1 cream of mushroom. Next, you wanna add about a tablespoon of better than bouillon to 4 cups of warm water. Add that to your pot. We're gonna give that a stir until combined. I know, sis, it's looking a little sketchy right now, but just give it a minute. Now that that's combined, we're going to season this with some paprika, onion powder, garlic powder, black pepper, and oregano. Now is a good time to add rosemary and thyme too, but girl, I'm out. We're gonna give that a stir. Cover it until it comes to a boil. Next, you're gonna add your egg noodles. These both say wide, but they are clearly like two very different types of noodles, but whatever. And you wanna add about a pound of noodles. Cover that thing back up. Give it about 10-12 minutes. I had to take a break to get them kids from school, but my chicken came out before I left, and I just turned my soup off, which I know we left off where I added the noodles. I just turned it back on to warm up the chicken, and I added a little bit of water because it was kind of on the thick side. I got my chicken shredded up, and now I'm about to add it to the pot. Girl, y'all know I always got a story, but I got a story to tell y'all. Girl, I done took a shower, got all cozy, brushed my teeth, washed my face, and then remembered that I forgot that I did not feed myself. So I'm sitting down with a bowl of soup now, and remember, I got a story for y'all. Y'all didn't think I forgot, did you? So I got to pick up Noah from school today, and I normally get there pretty early because I have a friend, and me and her, child, we just cut up for like, I don't know, 25-30 minutes before these kids get out of school. So me and her sitting there, and I can see this girl from the back, long brown hair. I know she's mine immediately. So I stand up to go to the door to wave to her because, you know, you can't go into school and the kids can't come out until the teacher dismisses them. But me and Noah, anytime we see each other standing right there at the door, you know, we just wave and we like blowing kisses, and she's jumping up and down and all this. So as soon as she turns around and I wave at her, I can see in her face immediately, like, it was a rough end to the day. And Noah is very sensitive to sounds, sudden sounds, loud sounds. She hates it. It will make her cry every single time. So I have sent her to school with noise canceling headphones. She was wearing them into school and out of school, but I noticed that she stopped. And she told me that her headphones are at school. So I'm like, okay, well, you know, she doesn't need them. So once I see she is upset, I notice there is a woman standing next to her. And this woman is like heavily petting my child. Shug, the doorbell just rang. Can you come check, please? Okay, I'm not getting that. What the hell? Who the hell would be ringing the doorbell right now? You know, I watched that scary movie too. I'm too scared to be down here by myself.
What scary movie? Was it
Weapons, babe.
There's a doorbell involved?
Why did you turn the light on?
I'm trying to see better.
No, it was not a doorbell involved. That don't make me no less scared. Child, that man just doing his job. Anyway, this woman is heavily petting my child. And I mean, like, stroking her hair, twirling her hair, playing in her hair. And she was a palm-colored woman. So it's very much giving, like, you're living out some strange, weird fetish fantasy with wanting to touch black hair your entire life, never having the opportunity, and seeing this little black girl standing right next to you, think nobody's looking, especially not her mother, and you're just taking advantage of the situation. So it immediately rubbed me the wrong way. And let me tell you, when something sits in your gut and rubs you the wrong way, when it initially happens, that's called discernment, baby. And we listen to that every single time it goes down. Don't never deny your gut, because whatever's going on, if you feel bad about it, then it's bad. So I'm like, okay, well, my daughter got to come out. And normally I know that this woman, there's these little like numbers on these passes that you have to give to get your child. So this is the woman who normally calls the numbers. So Noah comes out, she comes out with her teacher, me and the teacher are talking for a little bit. We talk about the headphones. Then I am waiting for this woman to start calling numbers. When she calls her first few numbers, I go up to her and I say, excuse me, can you do me a favor? And she's like, I'll try. And I said, unless it's absolutely necessary, keep your hands off my child and out of her hair. And she just froze. Child, I seen the switch on her face and the Karen mask came down and she just started stumbling and bumbling and fumbling all over her words, basically trying to tell me like, oh, she was upset, oh, I was trying to console her, you know, she's so pretty, her hair is so beautiful, da 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 da, all excuses and no accountability. Ma'am, I'm telling you, what you did makes me uncomfortable. I'm telling you to keep your hands off of my child. All you have to do is acknowledge what you did, apologize, apologize, say it won't happen again, and we can all move on from this. Instead, you up here making it bad by you up here making it worse by giving me all of these excuses. You don't got to do all that. Just acknowledge what you did was wrong, especially since the parent is telling you that she's uncomfortable with your behavior, and move around. Instead, I have to stand here for an additional 3 minutes to listen to you say whatever you have to say that it absolutely means nothing, because this is my child. She's mine. If I said what you did made me uncomfortable, that's it. It don't matter why you did it. I don't care. And mind you, I told you I know it came out with her teacher, which means her teacher was standing right there. I saw the woman with my own 2 eyes. So her teacher, who knows her better, is going to be able to console her better than a strange woman. And like you tell these kids, keep your hands to yourself and use your words. If you can't use your words to console a child, then you are in the wrong profession, ma'am. Anyway, we got down to it. She eventually apologized and I moved on. Like, we don't have to continue this conversation. It don't have to be weird. It don't have to be awkward. I'm just telling you straight up, I don't like what you did. Don't do it again. And now, you know, it's done. It's over with. Gabriel and Noah, I ain't never played about them. Anyway, child, I'm about to watch some SVU, enjoy my soup, take some NyQuil, and I'll see y'all tomorrow. Hey, girl. Today is Wednesday. And I told y'all yesterday that I wanted to go wagon shopping. That's the only thing on my list that I did not get done. So we're on our way to the store to see what they have. Now, depending on how heavy this wagon is, we may or may not be walking out the store with it, because I can do an online pickup and I can put that thing right in the back of my trunk. And then the only thing I gotta worry about is getting it from the car to the house. Well, the only thing that man gotta worry about, because I'm not doing that. Why would I? I'm starting to feel better. I'm starting to feel a little more like myself, but I feel like my cold is like settling, you know? I get a really sore throat, then I move on to like the drainage stage, and then the cold shows up in my voice. So I feel like I sound sicker than I am, but child, I'm still trying to lay low today. It's 10:01 and I haven't really been doing it all morning. I did make myself some breakfast and I did a couple loads of laundry, and that's it. During this government shutdown, I need to make it my business to stay out of Walmart unless we're doing a run. Cause hey, if y'all gonna run up Walmart, just let me know. Drop it down in the comments what day we're going looting, because I'm here for it. The amount of coin that I have spent at Walmart in all of my adult life, they gotta come up out for something. They truly gotta come up out for something. I really don't need to be buying no damn wagon during this whole shutdown anyway. All right, y'all, I just got to the store. I need to hurry up and get in here, get what I need, and get home, because I need to wash my hair. Because I'm giving Sideshow Bob and I'm tired of it. So let's get in the store, get a couple things that we need, and then we'll get back home and talk. All right, girl, I'm in the store and I think this is the one I want, because it has the pull, it's got the push, and you can fold it up. The rest of these, this one won't do because it don't have a canopy, but that one's just pull. And I like the little compartments for storage, because we thirsty girls, babe. We don't go nowhere without our water. Now, as the girl, I don't like to wait on this. I should not be picking this up, but it's the only one here. And I'm afraid that if I place the order, it'll be gone by the time I gotta get it. Oh no, you know what? I do see one up there. It's in better condition too. By the time I get it down, it won't be up. Girl, it's not that heavy. All right, girl, I'm back in the car. Let me tell you, every time I go in here, it's less and less people. The way it was creepy quiet today, like, baby, did the rapture happen and I didn't go? Like, what is going on? But sis, let me tell you, if you're tired of your grocery bill being high, where is my phone, child? Okay. In my purse. That's why my husband got me this watch, because I can't keep up on my phone, never. But if you're tired of your grocery bill being high, shop at Aldi. Shop at Aldi. Give Aldi brand cereal, chips, whatever snacks your kids like, give it a chance. I promise you're going to get more bang for your buck. The produce is actually fresh. If the produce is not in season, it's not at Aldi, and that's what I love. Because should nobody have access to strawberries and watermelon year round? Like, we wasn't built like that. If you can't grow it outside during the season, if you can't harvest it during this time of the year, then we shouldn't be eating it now. I do have certain products that my kids will not eat. My kids don't like certain brands of cereal at Aldi, and we can't drink the milk. So I do have to get the milk and cereal from Walmart or Food Lion or whatever. Also, the sausage, something about the sausage and the bacon, like, it just don't taste like nothing to me. So I do go after name brand for that. But everything else, we compromise on. We gonna get the Aldi brand. If they ain't got that Aldi, we not getting it. And if you're tired of your grocery bill being high, go shop, give Aldi a try. It's a little adjustment. But you know, you have to bring a coin for the card, you have to bring your own bags, you have to pack your own groceries. But child, let me tell you, you get used to it. And the store ain't but that big. It's never a crowd in mine when I go. They do have like nicer ones in different parts of town that are bigger. So if you don't like the one near you, just try a different one. But Walmart, it is my goal not to spend another dime in that store the rest of 2025. I am so sick of them. And then I got the nerve now to rip the price tags off of stuff. What are y'all doing? Do you not know how hard it is out here already? We in the middle of a government shutdown. The economy is in the toilet. And food is so expensive. Everything is so expensive. And y'all got the nerve to start ripping the price tag off of things. And it's not like they offered the little price check machine where you can scan the barcode. No, you got to get all the way up to the register to learn how much your items cost. The nerve. The nerve, child. And let me tell you, they only doing that so they can price gouge. So when something that they have goes viral, they can mark up the price immediately. And nobody will know the difference. You're none the wiser. That's so trifling. In a time like this, y'all gonna start doing stuff like that. I hate it. I hate it. If that's the mission statement for your company, I don't want no parts of it. Child, so it is my goal for the rest of 2025 not to spend another dime in that store. And now that I think about it, I'm like, girl, you should just use this wagon and take it right on back. Right on back, because it was $158. We got Christmas coming up. Like, I can use that $158 on stuff that my children actually asked for, and not stuff that's just gonna make my life more convenient. So I'm like, we might be doing that. We might go use that wagon and go take it right on back to the store. Because I'm so sick of this. Everything just high for no reason. Child, I'm sick of that. I'm sick of swiping my card all the damn time. Holidays coming up, it's just ridiculous. And they got the nerve to shut down the government. Listen, it's stressful. How I feel about it, if we shutting down the government, if federal employees cannot get paid, that should include all federal employees. The Congress, the Senate, the House, and the President should not be receiving compensation until they get this settled. If the budget is not budgeting enough to pay federal employees, then y'all shouldn't be getting paid neither. Period. On my nerves. And then done cut out food stamps, Medicaid, and Medicare. Oh, so we just not gonna feed the elderly and children now? Girl, don't even get me started. Anyway, child, I'm about to hop in this house. I need to wash my hair, and I need to have some time to let it dry before I go out to get these kids, because I'm already sick. I don't got no business running out here in wet hair today. It's already 10:30, and if you got locks, you know. Like, I'm gonna have wet hair for days, but I just want it to be a little damp by the time I leave the house. Anyway, girl, let me get in here, and I'll talk to you later. Baby, it's gonna take the jaws of life to get her up out this thing. Hey girl, it's a little later. I put together that wagon for Noah, even though that man was gonna fuss at me when he got home once he figured out that I did it. But whatever, child. When she seen the box, she couldn't wait. And I was like, nah, I can do it. Baby, the way I smashed my finger in that wagon, I'm pretty sure I'm gonna have like a little bruised nail in the morning, but whatever, we got it done. And then once I got it done, I took her on a couple trips around the living room, and then I couldn't get her out of it. So I told her the whole plan for Halloween, like, you know, you're gonna go trick-or-treating, but when you get tired and when your bucket gets too heavy, you can put it in here. I'm gonna have some blankets. I might put a little pillow in there, and you know, so she just chill and kind of vibe out. And as soon as she heard that, child, I think I started something. I don't think this girl's gonna walk at all on Halloween. I truly don't. But I don't feel like I've seen a lot of y'all today, so I figured that we would wind down together. Girl, I washed my sheets, bleached them to the max. If you got white sheets, it's something about bleaching them, that Lysol laundry sanitizer, and I use Arm & Hammer laundry detergent. Oh my god, I use scent beads and OxyClean inside of the drum. Top tier combo.
Everything smells so fresh and so crisp in there. I just got done putting the sheets on. I like to air dry my comforter because I feel like the smell of bleach lingers longer when you air dry it, but it wasn't dry yet and Mom about ready to get into bed, so I popped it in the dryer. Jake will get it once he's done putting June down. He talking about, girl, don't make that bed, go ahead and take care of yourself, go spend some time with yourself. I said, listen, it's a big possibility that he gonna fall asleep in that room with that little girl. And if I gotta go in there and wake him up and that bed is not made and I'm ready to get in him, the night might not end so smoothly. But girl, not only do I have fresh sheets, but I got me a fresh pair of pajamas here. I feel like I need to step my pajama game up because I make morning routine shorts like every morning. And I wear a lot of the same pajamas repetitively. First of all, let me just tell you about the laundry system in my house. It does not exist. I'm washing clothes all the time, and then I sit and tell myself, like, girl, why are you doing laundry so much? Baby, today alone, I woke up with pajamas on, got dressed to take them kids to school, came home, took a shower, washed my hair, put pajamas on, changed into this to go pick them kids up from school, and now I'm about to put pajamas on again. Like, ma'am, don't even ask nobody why you're always in the laundry room. Don't ask nobody why this laundry hamper is always full. Because you know. Don't be willfully obtuse now. You know it's you. So when I get in the shower tonight, I'm not going to use any like special products. I am a girl who will use her products down to the bone before I introduce something new into my shower or replace the product that I have. So everything that y'all saw in the last Diligent Mom Diaries is the same exact thing that I'm using today, girl, because I do not play about my coin. If I use a product and like a product, baby, listen, I'm using every knuckle, finger, and fingernail to scrape whatever I can out of that jar before I go get another one. So tonight I'm using the same thing that I showed y'all last time. I'm not gonna shave today because it's getting cold outside and I need my body hair to keep me warm, but I am gonna exfoliate with the Tree Hut Sweet Pumpkin, and I'm gonna wash with the Dr. Teal's Eucalyptus and Spearmint. I got some bad news though. This right here, the Tanisha Vanilla Cream that I told y'all was so good, it smells delicious. If you want to get ate up, this your product right here. The child broke me out. Let me see if y'all can see. Can y'all see those little bumps under my skin? Baby, that is contact dermatitis, and I have had it more times than I can count, and it only started when I started to use this. So if I'm going to continue to use this, and I just told y'all I use my products down to the bone, and I love the way that this smells. If I'm going to continue to use this, I am either going to have to wear gloves when applying because the rest of my body is fine, or it's gonna have to be like a once or twice a week thing. I'm not gonna wear this tonight though because I just, you know, discovered this on my hands maybe 2 or 3 days ago. So I'm just deciding, like, we're just gonna take a break from anything scented and go back to my tried and true. But I'm gonna jump in the shower, get out, and then we'll chat some more. Now child, I knew I was just coming back to chat, but I'm fighting this cold and it's fighting me right back, baby. Why do it feel like a sledgehammer just slapped me right here in the middle of my face? My sinuses are acting up. They are so stopped up. So I'm about to wash my face and go to bed, and we'll talk some more tomorrow morning. Good morning, girl. It's Thursday. I have a dentist appointment this morning and I got a little ride in front of me, so I figured we'd chat while I'm here. I feel so much better than last night. My sinuses finally cleared themselves out. I did wake up with like a little bit of a headache, but you know, it's gone now, and off to be tortured we go. I had a dentist appointment 2 weeks ago where I thought that they were going to clean my teeth, but turns out it was just a consultation. And during said consultation, baby, I'm thinking they just going to tell me what kind of cleaning I need. No, this woman done said, ma'am, you need a regular cleaning, like your teeth are fine. I did have a small cavity that they were going to fill today, but it was $340 to get it filled. So I said, we're going to cancel that filling. I'll keep the cleaning and then we can deal with that later. This woman looks at my bottom row, and I have gum recession on the bottom row, which I knew for years now. And a dentist previously told me that it was because I had braces and the brackets that sat on my teeth recessed my gums. Come to find out that we're totally incorrect. This is why you always get a second opinion. The dentist that I'm going to see now told me that since I did have braces, got my teeth corrected, did not wear my retainers, and my teeth shifted back to their original position, the shifting is what causes the gum recession. My gums have receded so bad on the bottom that now I have to go see the periodontist to get a gum graft to cover up the roots. And then the dentist recommended that I go through another set of orthodontic treatment in order to put my teeth back in the original position, and then wear my retainers forever so my gums don't recede again. Child, it's a whole thing. And as soon as she told me that, I was like, well, first of all, my son is already going through orthodontic treatment. So I already know the price tag on that. I don't care what nobody says. Braces are a status symbol because, baby, them things are a pretty penny. My son right now going through it, his were $4,000. So the first time that I got them and my parents paid for them, I really should have appreciated them. But the dentist was like, just wear your retainer or your teeth will go back to their original position. And honestly, the biggest thing for me was for them to bring my teeth together, because my teeth did not touch before I had braces. The straightness of them, like, was never a problem. I just wanted the gap closed. I just wanted them to meet, baby. I wanted them to be saying hello to each other like they were supposed to. So once that got fixed and I lost my retainer, I was like, I'm not paying to get another one. Because by the time I lost, I was a grown woman. Like, yeah, I'm not paying to get another one. Why would I? So my teeth have slowly gone back to how they were. And now I, as a grown woman, have to pay to get, you know, the orthodontic treatment again. This dentist is trying to convince me to get Invisalign, but we all know, well, if you don't know, Invisalign is more expensive than braces. I don't care if it's $98 more expensive than braces. Baby, if it's more expensive, I'm not getting it. Go ahead and put the metal brackets back on my mouth. I don't care. I will run around with braces in my mouth. I don't give a damn. So that is the list of oral treatments that I need so far. But today, we just gonna tackle the cleaning. I'm just gonna get my teeth cleaned regularly. Then I'll do the periodontist probably early 2026, and then we'll work on finding out if the office that's doing my son's orthodontic treatment will give us like some sort of discount for 2 family members receiving treatment at the same time. If they don't, baby, I'm gonna have to wait till he get his off to get mine on, because listen, we could swing it, but I like nice things. I like going to get beauty treatments every once in a while. I like buying new clothes. I like buying my kids new things. So it'll just, girl, if I get them braces on, all of that's gonna go for quite a while. And I'm just not willing to sacrifice it. So we just gonna have to wait. Also, that's another reason why I was looking into employment, and particularly full-time employment with the state, because of the insurance that was going to come with it. So had I been able to take that job, that was the main push behind me getting a job, and a job of that caliber was for the dental insurance. Honestly, the pay was just going to be a perk. Like, if y'all gonna pay me to show up, that's cool, but I really need my mouth fixed immediately. So you know, things will work out in the order that they're supposed to work out. They'll work out when they're supposed to work out. I am just actively pursuing and getting my oral health in order. And if you haven't been in a while, baby, this your son. I hate the dentist, my least favorite doctor. I would rather get a pap smear by a grizzly bear every single day of the week than go have somebody scrape on my teeth 2 times a year. Like, I absolutely hate it. I got the biggest anxiety right now. I don't even know why I wore a sweater, baby. I've been sweating all morning just thinking about it. But I'm going, because it's not only how we look on the outside, you know, it's how things are ticking on the inside. And if you don't know, your oral health is linked to your heart. And as Black people, child, we already at a higher risk for things like high blood pressure, high cholesterol, heart disease. And I do not want something as simple as me skipping the dentist 2 times a year to be the reason why I'm taking off this herb sooner than I need to be. So I'm going to nut up, as my brother like to say, and go ahead and get my stuff together. But I just can't do it. I can't do it. Anyway, girl, you know, Virginia, I don't never know where I'm going. So let me focus on this road, and I'll get back with y'all soon. Child, they done pissed me clean the fuck off. They ain't never got to worry about me coming back up here. Never. I done sat in all that early morning traffic. I'm worried I'm not going to make it here on time. Already anxious about going to the dentist. Mind you, we had a whole conversation about that on the way over here. Baby, you ain't never got to worry about me. Never. So I called them. They had me double booked. I had a cleaning at 8:30 and then I had my filling at 9:30. So I called them a couple days ago to tell them I will not be getting the filling. Can you cancel my 9:30 appointment? They said, okay. Bitch, why do I get here? And this girl's talking about, I thought you canceled your appointment. Girl, I canceled the filling. I specifically said the filling at 9:30. But I'm coming for the cleaning at 8:30. She said, oh, well, we booked somebody in here at 8:30. Can you come back at 10:30? I said, I'm cool. I'm cool. I will never, ever beg somebody to do a service for me. And I'm not about to give y'all my money. At this point, if you can't keep up with an appointment, I have also had issues with this dentist before. Like, girl, no. Somebody somewhere trying to tell me something and I'm going to heed the advice. But I'm anxious about going to the dentist. So it's important that I get my cleanings when I'm scheduled to get them so I don't continue to put the thing off. So today, I'm going to make it my business to find and book me another dentist appointment. Preferably somewhere closer. Because I'm all the way in Virginia Beach and it's like 45 minutes from my house. So I already drove 45 minutes out here. And now I got to turn my happy ass around and go right back home because they're incompetent and incapable. It's okay. It's cool. It's cool. You ain't never got to worry about me. And it's so disappointing because this is the second time we have lived in Virginia. The first time we lived here was 2016. And this same dentist was the one that I found. And she made me so comfortable. Like, her staff was so good. They were so welcoming. They were gentle. Like, they were very understanding. This lady got my teeth in the best shape they have ever been in. And I also, like, this is the most consistent that I have been with the dentist when I found her. So, of course, coming back around this way, I'm like, oh, I got a dentist. I got somebody to do my nails. I have, you know, an eye doctor. I have a gynecologist. Like, I already have all my medical care set because we're about to be in the same area. So, I'm like, cool. Child, listen, this lady has grown her business, which I would have said in 2016 she definitely deserved it. Like, she's a phenomenal doctor, but growth ain't always good. Growth is not always good. She done bought out this whole building. I guess the whole building belongs to her. She's working on renovating the other floors. But right now they in that bottom floor. They can take more patients, but the service has gone down. Girl, you need to go back, take a few steps back, go on, move back around the corner and do what you know. Cause child, I don't know what's going on with child, but that's not it. Nope. Count me out, sister, count me out. But anyway, child, later today I do have to run back out. Gabriel has his 14-year well visit later this afternoon. Jake is in a class. My man is going to retire in 21 months. Baby, he counts me down every month. So he put in his papers for retirement. And they have this class that prepares you. I forget what it's called. But anyway, he's going to that class today. So he should be home around lunchtime, which means I don't have to worry about, you know, making it in enough time to get Noah from school, then get Gabriel from school, take them both to the doctor. So she don't even have to come out of school because her daddy can pick her up. But I do have to run and get my son. I never tell my kids when they have doctor's appointments when I have to take them out of school early. I don't be wanting them to worry when they hear that their name is called, but I always feel like it's a nice little surprise, you know? I always like when my mom and daddy came to get me early. Now, granted, he do have to go to a doctor's appointment, but he won't be in school, so I'm sure that'll be a plus for him. Anyway, child, I guess I'm just gonna take myself right up back down this road. Even though I use my gas, my time, and my emotions to come on out this way. Girl, I can't believe them. I cannot believe them. And what's crazy to me is the receptionist was like, I thought you canceled your appointment. Miss, do you think that I would show up to the dentist at 8:30 in the morning if I didn't think I had an appointment? If I canceled said appointment? Do you think I would be here right now? Do you? I don't know about you, baby, but I got a lot better things to do, a lot more comfortable things to do, that's for sure, than have somebody scrape the plaque off of my teeth. But anyway, girl, it's water under the bridge, and I just need to go ahead and keep it moving. So I'm gonna get back down this road. I'm gonna find me a new dentist. I'm gonna get my baby from school, and we'll talk in a little bit. Girl, I hate that we keep meeting in the car like this, especially since it's been like 4 hours since I last seen y'all. But y'all, went home, got in my pajamas, did some housework, and now I'm dressed again to leave. I told y'all I'm tired of running up my electricity bill, running that washer and dryer all the time. So I put on them same pajamas I had on last night, and I put on these same clothes that I went to the dentist in today. I'm on my way to pick up Gabriel. He has his 14-year well visit. If your kids are getting older, I noticed that I'm a little less diligent about scheduling his well visits. So, girl, don't let them teenagers slip through the cracks, okay? They need to be seeing a doctor at least once a year. I'm really good about it on the years that he has to get vaccines, because he has to get those, you know, to enroll in school. So they're on my ass for that. But even when he doesn't need to get vaccines, I still need to be very diligent about taking him after his birthday. So his birthday was almost 2 months ago at this point, so I'm a little behind, girl, but he gonna get there. We on the way to get him right now. Child, so I'm in the house, I'm editing shorts, I'm cleaning up, I'm thinking about what we gonna have for dinner when my phone rings. It says no caller ID, and I don't know if you know, but Apple has this feature now with the new upgrade where they will screen their calls for you. If it's not in your contacts, they will ask the caller who they are, what they're calling about. The caller will leave you a message. Your phone will ring. You'll see who it is before you pick it up, or you can type in a response in the messages. So I see who it is, and it's Noah's teacher. So I pick up the phone immediately, you know, like, what's up with my baby? So she's like, oh, well, I wanted you to know that while Noah was using the bathroom, I guess, you know, she was peeing so hard that her pee came out of the toilet, got on her clothes, and we had to change her clothes. So her wet clothes are in a bag in her backpack, and she's wearing like fresh underclothes and jeans that you sent. And I was like, okay, thank you. And she was like, okay, bye. Like, ma'am, you called to tell me that my daughter had an accident. But let me tell y'all the history between me and this woman. So we had an incident at the beginning of the year where Noah had a little accident in the bathroom, and she wanted to change her underclothes. And her teacher was like, but you know, she only peed on herself a little bit. And I'm like, ma'am, my 4-year-old knows that you don't put on, my 4-year-old at the time knows that you don't wear pissy panties. And the fact that you were trying to encourage her to put on these pissy panties is disturbing to me. So Noah was correct in that fact. She should have changed her undergarments. I'm glad that I raised her well, especially well enough to advocate for herself as a 4-year-old to be like, I'm not wearing these. So that already raised me and Jake's eyebrows a little bit. Then, child, she came home one day, and I'm changing her clothes, and she's wearing underwear that I've never seen before. Mind you, at the beginning of the year, they tell you on the supply list to put a full change of clothes, including shoes, in these kids' backpacks to keep at school, which I've done. So it's like, girl, why are you coming home wearing somebody else, like, these strange underwear? What are these? So I sent her teacher a message, and I asked her, like, Miss, do you know where did these come from? Noah has her own clothes at school. She was like, oh, well, we were looking for clothes and we couldn't find them. We didn't want to bother you, so, you know, we have these underclothes that people donate, and those are like fresh out of the pack. First of all, they're not fresh out of nowhere. They came from a factory. A person has handled them. A machine has touched them. This cardboard and plastic inside of the pack has touched them. I don't know about you, but before I let any clothing touch my body, it goes in the wash, particularly my undergarments. So these are dirty. I don't care what pack they just came out of. These are dirty. And then I told her, my daughter is never a bother. She's my child. I'm a stay-at-home parent. We live 7 minutes away. If you need me, never hesitate to contact me. I will be there with fresh underwear that belong to my child. Oh, child. So the next day, I sent Noah with extra clothes in her backpack. I guess when her teacher saw the clothes, she had some questions. So she called me and she was like, what you want me to do with these? Miss, I want you to keep these clothes at school in case, you know, anything happens. Then she says, well, what do you want me to do with the bag that you sent them in?
the bag that has her first and last name on them so that you can identify the clothing as hers. I want you to keep said clothes in the bag, take the entire bag out of her backpack, and put the bag in her cubby. Now, to me, after that incident, and then her calling today to tell me that my daughter had an accident, she had to change her clothes, and the wet clothes are in her backpack, comes off like she's being petty. Like I am some kind of control freak, or like this angry black woman. Let me tell her every little thing I'm doing with her child. Like, miss, it's not like that. First and foremost, you rang the alarms by trying to put pissy draws on my child. And then you rang the bell again by sending her home in undergarments that don't belong to her. Yes, I have questions. Yes, I do. Is this my second school gripe in this vlog? I want to say it might be. It might be. The only reason we're in this district, though, is because of the school that my son goes to. My son is gifted. He needs to be challenged accordingly, and it's the only reason why we're here. No, baby, if I had it my way, we'd be on the other side of town, okay? There's more black people around that way anyway. Send me over there, please. But child being military and all that, you never know when that man gonna tell us we gotta go, so... we might not be here for long. We might not. I keep telling myself not to rely on that, because it's like, Shell, you can't just get pissed and think you're going to leave every time you don't like something that's going on. Like, baby, the goal in life is to stay in one place. You can't just keep running away from these people that get on your nerves. But anyway, girl, I'm about to go in here and get this boy, and we're going to get to this appointment, and I'll talk to y'all when I get home. Good morning, girl. And I lied. I know I said I was going to talk to y'all when I got home, but we went to Gabriel's appointment. He ended up getting a flu shot, and while we was at the clinic, I was like, I might as well get a flu shot. Child, and they asked you on the paper if you're sick before they give you one, and I straight up marked no. The lady asked if I was sick. I was like, no. Gabriel giving me the stink eye the whole time, and I was like, shh, it's okay. It's all right. You know, I'm grown. I'll deal with the consequences. Now, last night I did have some chills, but baby, that flu shot knocked something loose, and I feel more like myself than I have all week. So I would say we're on the road to getting better, and whatever they gave me in that shot is up. It's only up from here. But today is Halloween. Happy Halloween, boo. I stay safe tonight, y'all, because you know Halloween bring out some crazy characters, not the ones dressed up, but literal characters. It's on a Friday this year. The stars have aligned for us, and you know, we get to stay out late. There's no rush when we get home to go through candy and get off costumes and get baths and be in bed. And then, you know, baby, if you trick-or-treating on a weekday, when them kids wake up the next day, oof, baby, I know they feel, they look, and they act like they done ran a marathon. Do you hear me? So today, it's on Friday. We get to stay out as late as we want to. The only kind of crappy thing about it is that my man has to stay on duty, so he's not able to trick-or-treat with us. This is the first time since we lived on the West Coast that he has not been able to come trick-or-treating with us, and that was 2019. So it's been a few years. Mama is a little rusty on doing it by herself, and not only that, this is the first year I have an additional child. However, the best part about me having my kids almost a decade apart is that we're going trick-or-treating in my son's best friend's neighborhood. So my oldest, he don't want to hang out with us, he don't want nothing to do with us, child. As soon as we get to his best friend's house, we gonna see him. The next time we'll see him is back at the car when it's time to go. So I just really got to worry about occupying that little one. And she's so cute. She's so excited. She is Joy from Inside Out. Today was storybook character day at her school, because for, I guess, political, religious, inclusion reasons, they can no longer call it Halloween. So they call it storybook character day. And you have to dress up. This is what they say, that you have to dress up as a character out of a book. That's also educational too, you know. So she went as Joy from Inside Out, and she is literal Joy from Inside Out. Like, that's my girl. So I'm sure she's having a ball, child. She really only picked Joy because at the Halloween store they had this like cosmetic kit. Come to find out, when I opened it this morning to put the makeup, what me and her think is makeup on her, it turns out to be paint. So I just painted her little cheeks yellow, and then they had like these little body crayons on there that you can put everywhere but I think your eyes. So I just did little like blue stars on her cheeks, sent her on her merry way. Anyway, girl, it's been raining all week long. We've been getting some residual weather from Hurricane Melissa. Prayers to the people in Jamaica. If you know any way that we can donate, please leave it down in the comments below. Let me know. I would love to just send some funds their way. Like, no one is built for a Category 5 hurricane. I don't care if you live in Florida and you board up your windows every year during hurricane season. Like, no infrastructure is built for that kind of natural disaster. So prayers to Jamaica. But the rain here let up, the wind let up, and it's a beautiful day. And so the sun is out. I need to go out and run one errand tonight, just, you know, because it's Halloween, and I don't know, we'll probably be out till like 9:30. I would like to go to Aldi and get some take and bakes and some salad, just something to throw in the oven when we get home. I was thinking about ordering pizza, but then I thought everybody and their mama gonna be ordering pizza, and by the time my kids get home, girl, they gonna want to eat. They're not gonna want to wait, and I'm not going in that traffic nowhere to get no kind of nothing for them. So I think I'm gonna get some take and bakes to pop in the oven when we get home. Also, while I'm at Aldi, I want to get a bunch of like non-perishables and donate to a food pantry today, so we'll go do that. As far as housework goes, I need to sweep them out my floors today. As usual, I got some laundry I need to turn over, and it's a pretty low-key day for me. I'm just sitting in the house trying to stay cozy, trying to stay warm. I hope you're doing the same. But girl, the stores are gonna open in a little bit. It is now 8:21, so I got about an hour before I need to start running some errands. I'm getting ready to make myself some breakfast, and then we're gonna get after this day. All right, girl, it's 9:38 and we're headed out. Aldi just opened 30 minutes ago. I think the food bank that I want to donate to is open now. It's also the closest one to me, so that should be a relatively quick trip. Child, let me tell y'all, my mama has been like basically on my ass about this government shutdown because my husband is active duty. She keeps telling me like, if y'all don't get paid, let us know, we'll help you out, blah, 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 blah. I'm like, okay, ma, thank you. So yesterday, which was October 30th, is normally when the paychecks drop. Because if you're active duty and you have direct deposit, first of all, like, who doesn't have direct deposit? Do they even allow you to pick up a physical paycheck anymore? But anyway, I digress. Normally, if you're active duty and you get direct deposit, your paycheck drops a day early. So usually, paychecks drop on the 30th. We did not get paid yesterday, so I let my mom know. And my mom was like, well, you know, I heard that Trump had some anonymous donor who donated like, I don't know, 10 million, 10 trillion, 40 billion, whatever she was saying, dollars to pay military. And I'm like, ma, stay off the internet, please. My parents are in their mid-60s. They were around during the development of technology. My dad is pretty tech savvy, has taught me almost everything I know. Anytime I have an issue with my phone, I don't go to Apple, honey. I call that man right on down. My dad knows how to replace screens and batteries and all that. But my mother, child, all she does, she loves her some short form content. So all she does is consume. I think she's on TikTok. I think she does a lot of TikTok. I know she loves her some Instagram reels. So I'm like, ma, please stay off the internet. Please stay off the internet. You cannot believe everything that you hear. So I was like, ma, I don't know. I don't know if Trump has some anonymous donor that's supposed to be giving out paychecks for military. Like, bam, I ain't heard nothing about that. And if I did, it would not be coming out of my mouth to nobody else. Like, ma, please stay off the internet. She is a prime candidate for a scammer. Baby, a scammer would love to see her coming. Because sometimes I just be like, don't. Dad, just block all our internet active. Unplug the Wi-Fi, please. Please, because I'm getting concerned. Anyway, child, we got paid today. Bless up. Thank the Lord. Because, you know, we need that money to keep our household ready. So, and you know, rent is due on the 1st. It's such a horrible time for so many Americans, and it's such a shame. Ugh, it burns me the fuck up, child. I can't stand it. I can't stand that they're holding people's livelihoods hostage to prove a fucking point. I don't know what's in the budget. I don't know what's in the bill. What I do know is that these politicians don't never come to us except to beg for a fucking vote. That's it. Anytime you got to make a decision on the bill, it's damn your constituents. They don't give a damn what we think then. They don't care about what's good for us. They care about what's good for them and their bottom fucking line. Ugh. It irritates me so much. Child, in general, you know, I'm not really a big cusser, but this right here, it's gonna get me. Burns me up. Every other word out of my mouth is going to be the F-bomb because I am so irritated. And during a time like this, like the holidays are coming up. If we deserve joy during any time of the year, it's now. Right now. I hope it gets settled soon. I hope this shutdown do not go into another month. I feel terrible for people who receive food stamps, Medicaid, and Medicare. If you are relying on the government to feed your family, maybe it's horrible. It is absolutely horrible. And I hate it. I hate it. And people got the right to be getting on the internet talking about, what did you do with October's food stamps? Bitch, I consumed them. Like, what do you mean, what did I do with them? I ate. I don't give a fuck if I fed my kids filet mignon and lobster tails every single goddamn meal. They ate good and they ate. What do you mean, what did you do with it? Even if I went to the store and bought out their entire stock of Oreos, that's my business. These are my food stamps. Got the nerve to ask people what they did with it. Ate. I used it for food. The fuck? Anyway, girl, let me simmer down before I go in these people's store. All right, I just got to Aldi. I'm gonna go in here, pick us up a quick dinner for tonight, and get some non-perishables, and then we'll go to the food pantry. I have successfully retrieved my children from school, and can't nobody tell me these kids ain't at school living their best life. Look at this little girl costume. We got one stain here. The whole butt is blown out, and then it looked like she was changing tires down here. I said, baby, well, you had a good time today, didn't you? She is, well, I am so lucky that I keep the washing machine empty because on Fridays Noah brings home like her nap stuff, a fitted sheet and a blanket. So I like to throw that in the wash and then have it folded and back in her backpack by Friday, so I ain't gotta worry about it all weekend. But girl, thank God the washing machine is empty and I'm not scattering right now because it's already 3:30. So I'm about to throw her, I'm about to stain treat it first because I gotta put the washer on a quick wash. So homegirl can have a clean costume before we go trick-or-treating, which we'll probably be leaving here in a couple of hours. Oh, there might be. Let me go turn that up and on. I was talking about feeding my kids when we came home. Move this a little closer. I was talking about feeding them kids when I came home, but I decided that it would probably be beneficial for all of our sanities if they actually had real food before they went trick-or-treating. Child, you would think it's my first year doing this. Like, I know how this go. You gotta feed them babies before they hit the street. I want them to have real food on their belly. And then when we out, I don't have to worry about telling them like, no, you can't eat that because you haven't had dinner yet and all that. So once they leave here, they can have the time of their life. Oh my God. Next year, y'all, remind me to buy 2. She need a costume to go to school in, and she need a costume for trick-or-treating because this is insane. And then her poor tights. Girl, I don't know if you can even see it, but she got a whole brown ring where her knee sits. But that's okay. I'm not concerned. We're gonna have it washed and cleaned in time, you know. Mommy's laundry service always coming through. And also, for whatever reason, when Noah's linens come home, like, they smell like dirty little kids in cafeterias to me. You know, that cafeteria smell is distinct. If you don't know, it smells like fruit cocktails. I just can't take it. So this load gets an ample amount of Downy laundry beads, and I toss a healthy amount of OxyClean in there. I also use laundry sanitizer and Arm & Hammer with the OxyClean. Girl, we use OxyClean out over here, and I have been known to wash these linens twice. If they don't come out smelling anything less than spectacular is not good enough for me, baby. They will have to go back in with a double dose of everything I just added. If they don't come out, they still come out smelling like kids in cafeteria, because I don't like that. All right, friends, she is set and ready to go. Did I tell y'all that I had to clean out my refrigerator, and I am so shameful with the amount of leftovers that I threw away? Now, hear me out, because this is gonna sound a little maybe unorthodox for American culture, but I'm highly considering pre-planning my meals, but going to the grocery store every single day to buy groceries for the meals, because I would rather cook for us every day than me make an ample amount of food one day and then us just kind of pick over the leftovers and me end up cleaning the fridge out and throwing away so much food, especially at a time like this where, you know, people are not receiving SNAP benefits. Like, food pantries and food banks are running out of food because the need is so high. I have no business cooking all that food just to end up throwing it away. Like, it was despicable. I was disgusted with myself. So, or you know what, maybe I could cook a big meal like a Sunday dinner and then just force them to eat leftovers, or I could cook a meal and then repurpose the leftovers into another meal, because I think that's what gets everybody. They don't want to eat the same exact thing 2 days in a row, but they're not gonna have no option soon, because I refuse to do that again. Like, that was just despicable behavior. But girl, I'm about to fix these kids a pizza, wash up these school dishes, and then we're gonna get it moving on this Halloween trick-or-treating. We're packing up and getting ready to go. I got the wagon, I got the trick-or-treat buckets, and my husband will call me extra for this, but girl, I'm putting a blanket in here. Oh no, I got it. Thank you. Oh, I wish Daddy was here. We at the trick-or-treat spot. We about to put this boy to use this time. All right, something I like to do every Halloween is get my starting steps. We're at 8693. We already been to like 6 houses, but that it's negligible. Yes, of course, we can go to every house. These houses with the bowls on the porch, baby, they are kryptonite to my girl because she's taking her sweet time. Child, the thing this year is people putting these things out and they're leaving the candy right there. He is scary though. I don't like that. Close my eyes, girl. You better hurry up and get it. Come on. Hurry up, here. Get one, hurry up. Okay, come on, let's go. You scared? I'm scared too. We got no business being together. Bye-bye, skeleton. 30 minutes in, baby. And she's in the wagon. Girl, I got the fire truck out here and everything. Look how cool. Girl, exhausted, not even the word. What time is it? It's 11:04 right now. If you have seen my videos, like, it's well beyond my bedtime. Listen, I'm like an 8:30, 9 o'clock kind of girl on a bad day, baby. You can catch me in the bed at between 7:45 and 8 o'clock most nights. Like, 11 o'clock? I don't care if it is Friday. What am I doing awake right now? Girl, so me and them kids got in the house. First of all, trick-or-treating was insane. The neighborhood is huge, and I have zero sense of direction. So I get lost, like, I mean, I get lost in my hometown regularly. So me getting lost in some random neighborhood down the street in Virginia, that's child's play for me. Of course, I knew I was gonna get lost. Dropped the pin where I parked the car, not thinking that we're in my son's best friend's neighborhood. So as soon as my son linked up with his best friend, like, he was gone. I expected that. I did not expect for them to be done trick-or-treating before me and Noah were. So his friend's mom texted me and she was like, we're at the house now. And I was like, okay, cool. Like, that's my signal. Wrap it up. So Noah was like, well, can we go to one more house? And I was like, well, yeah, you know, of course. And we're, you know, walking past houses. It was like a 10-minute walk to get to his house anyway. So I'm like, we're walking past houses anyway. So, you know, why not? Child, little do I know that we started trick-or-treating around like 5:45. At 8 o'clock, you would have thought the rapture happened and we missed it, because everybody just disappeared off the street. I mean, it was silent, it was dark, it was eerie, because I'm in a strange neighborhood. But we walking past and there's still people standing outside giving out candy, but there's nobody to take the candy. So I had bought 2 buckets, because last year, I don't know if I told y'all this already, but Noah had gotten so much candy, it was like spilling out, her handle was breaking off. So I bought 2 buckets for each kid. But Gabriel ended up using a backpack because he remembers, like, it was a lot of candy last year.
So, child, Noah's basket gets full, but she wants to continue using it. I still have both buckets in the wagon, so I'm like, boo, let's just dump your bucket into this one. And, you know, it'll be a little lighter for you to carry. Hopefully the handle won't pop off and it'll be candy everywhere this year. So we did that towards the end. So the bucket that Noah was carrying, like the bottom was barely covered. And because it was just me and her outside at this point, the people still standing outside with the candy, it appeared that we had started trick-or-treating late. Little did they know, like, we was one of the first peoples on the block. Baby, tell me why these people just started pouring all this candy in my baby's bucket. I was like, yeah. And then a lot of the families were giving out like prize type things, like mystery toys, erasers, pencils, tattoos, stickers. This one lady had books out there, and we happened to pass by her table. Baby, she put all that candy in my baby's bucket, all them pencils, all them erasers, all the tattoos, all the stickers. She was like, do you want to take a book home? I was like, girl, listen, my baby love to read, so I'll never deny a book. But little do y'all know, we got a whole, like, this is our second full bucket this evening. Please nobody give me anything else. So we go to pick up my son, and out of all the people occupying this home, the dog lets us in. Don't ask, baby, because I don't even think I can explain it. So me and Noah walk in the house after the dog, and when I tell you there were 101 people in that house, and the only reason I went inside is because I had to pee so bad at this point. I didn't think I could make it home. Like, I'm either gonna drop my trousers here on the street and get an indecent exposure ticket, or I'm going into pee. Once I seen how many people was in there, it was just like, Shell, make it to the bathroom with the baby and get out as quickly as you can. Because, baby, listen, with it being Halloween, I was overstimulated this morning when I walked out my front door and there wasn't even nobody out there. Like, we talking 8:30. I would have already been asleep for almost an hour at this point, and I done walked into a house with 10,000 people in it. And my son's best friend's grandmother is the owner of the house, and she's so sweet. Like, I feel like all this lady wants to do is to get to know me. And every time I'm ducking and dodging her, because it's like, miss, listen, I have 2 children for a reason. I'm easily overstimulated. Like, it's just too much. It's too much going on. I can't hear myself think. It's hot in here. My feet hurt. The dog barking. There's kids running around in diapers. Like, I just can't with my child. I'm just giving my child so I can get up out of here. And I'm ready to go home, take my shoes and socks off, and run around in my drawers. Like, I don't want to stay here for this long. So anyway, child, I said all that to say that Halloween 2025 was a success for us. I hope it was a success for you. I hope your kids got tons of free candy, or you celebrated in the way that you see fit for you, yours, your kids, your family. But yeah, girl, we did that, and I'm glad it's over. I do wish my husband was home right now though, to rub my feet until I fall asleep, because my little feet is aching, baby. They are aching, and I know they're gonna be so sore tomorrow. Anyway, girl, I didn't come here to wash my face, so I should at least get started on my last self-care task of the night, so I can get in the bed expeditiously, baby, because listen, tomorrow is a new day and a new turn up for my kids. We don't have any Say we don't have any plans tomorrow, and then I just remembered, like, we actually do have plans tomorrow. My dad sent me and Jake a link letting us know that K-Pop Demon Hunter is maybe in a theater near you for a sing-along they're having all Halloween weekend. Now, I thought it was just today, and I was like, why would they do that? Like, you know, it's a busy evening for these kids. Unless you don't celebrate Halloween, like, you're not going, you're outside. My dad sent me a screenshot. He was like, no, baby, it's the 1st and the 2nd. So we're probably going to take Noah tomorrow to see K-Pop Demon Hunter in the theater. And I can't wait. It's just going to be so fun. I love taking kids to see kid movies, because the theater just be so lit. And baby, I like to talk. Okay, I like talk, I like sing, I like to dance during the movie. Even if I ain't never seen the movie before, like I'm gonna have some commentary about what's going on the screen. So that's the best thing about kid movies. Like nobody expects anything to be quiet. I don't think that my son is gonna wanna go, but yeah, he keeps saying he don't like the movie, but I think he do. I don't know about y'all, but these teenagers, they, you know, their presence is very scarce in your life. Like, he could legitimately spend all weekend in his room and only come out for food and water. It's scary. And it really doesn't help because he has his own bathroom in there. So it's like he really don't need to leave besides to eat and drink. So, I don't know about you, but I force mine to come out with me. Because, baby, you're a part of this family. And, you know, I miss you. 48 hours is a long time to go without really talking to your kid and they live right across the hall. No, I'm not going to hurt you. And I feel like I've made this known without making it known. Like, teenagehood is like my least favorite phase of human. It really is. I think for me, just before I was a parent, it was like, you know, they're kind of annoying. But after becoming a parent, it's heartbreaking to raise a teenager because the more that they gain, like, autonomy, is like, man, you don't know them as well as you used to. Like, the little boy across the hall, baby, I knew his favorite color. I knew his favorite movie. I knew his favorite comic book character. I knew everything that he watched on YouTube, all the games that he played on his iPad. I knew what he liked to play at the park. I knew all of his friends' names and all of their parents' names. Like, I've been a stay-at-home mom for since my son was 4, so for a decade now. Like, heavily involved. Volunteer at school all the time, chaperone all his field trips, like, bro, in it. I'm talking about in it. Knew everything. Everything. But the older he gets, the more obscure he gets. And it is fucking terrifying. I'm like, when people see teenagers specifically or young adults who do horrible things, and they say things like, where were the parents? Bitch, we're here. Okay? We're here. We're here. I'm as nosy as I can possibly be. But I feel like there's this huge mystery living across the hall from me. Like, I'm trying. I'm trying to be involved. I'm as involved as I can possibly be. But sometimes he does things and says things and has these friends that shock me. I'm not gonna hold you. It's like you're obviously growing up because you're not the boy that you were. Child, don't get me to crying because these face products, they burn when they get in your eyes. But it's just, you know, if you got little kids, then don't give nobody no parenting advice. Let me tell you, this boy, I was like, my son told a lie? Nope. Never would happen. Never. My son's hiding things? Nope. Never would happen. My son has friends that I don't know about. You don't know what you're talking about. This sweet boy right here, never gonna change. He's always gonna love me just the same. And I'm sure he loves me just the same, but it's stuff deep down in there somewhere. So, at least since I know that it's coming, there are things that I like just eat up about Noah. Like, I ate him up about my son, but it wasn't with the knowledge that one day these things are they're not going to exist anymore. They're going to completely disappear, maybe forever. You know what? Honestly, they'll probably disappear if or when he has his own children. And then that's normally when it comes full circle for you. When you really, you know, when it really clicks for you. Because for me, like, it was hard for me to see my mother as a woman until I was a woman in her position, until I was a wife, until I was a mother, until, you know, I had a full-time job and I had to use my money to provide for somebody else. So it was really hard for me to see her in that light. Like, my mom had this whole life before she had me. My mother was a person, was a woman, was just a girl before I came into her life, before any of this happened. And when I had my son, that's when I realized, like, You know what, man? It's some things we need to talk about because some things I don't know about you, right? So, you know, maybe, I mean, maybe that'll happen. I don't know. But I love him just the same, even if he is a little different now. How did we even get there? See, I'm tired. I need to go to bed. Anyway, girl, I'm going to end this vlog here. Thank you for spending these last few days with me. I hope you enjoyed it. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And also leave down below, if your kids have made that transition from kid to teenager, what do you miss about them? What do you miss about them being, you know, that sweet boy that used to cuddle next to you and have you read him 4 books before he was ready for bed? Or the one who would make, you know, crazy noises with his dinosaur chicken nuggets? Or the little girl who used to sit you down and put fake makeup on you, or want to paint your nails or play in your hair? What you miss about them kids? Them kids that you knew, them kids that's transforming into young men and women now. But anyway, sis, thank you so much for being here, and I'll see you soon. Bye.